and thanks for joining us this morning. Delighted to have you here. And we're going to talk about Super Connect for Good. Maybe to get us started, maybe tell us a little bit about Hayes and how you got involved in this Super Connect for Good, and let's start there.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us, Connor. Appreciate obviously the support. So yeah, look, I suppose in terms of just a general overview of Hayes, the heart of our business is recruitment. We're the world's largest specialist recruitment business. I'm a director for the technology business in Ireland. We service all parts of that tech community, I guess, from large enterprise customers with big contractor books through to kind of the SMEs, and then obviously we do a lot in the kind of tech startup and scale up space. We've about 15 tech recruiters who, fortunately, through the whole of this pandemic, we've kept everybody employed full time, which has been brilliant. But yeah, I suppose although the heart of our business is recruitment, we very much see ourselves as kind of thought leaders or industry leaders in kind of thought leadership. We do a lot of events and support in that space, and I guess in terms of tech startup space in particular, or the tech space, we've done a lot of stuff around women in technology. We've run events and reports to support that. We support Teen Term, which is an initiative to support underprivileged teenage girls developing a career in STEM. We've done a lot of work around interviews and podcasts with CEOs, founders, CIOs, CTOs. The pitch days, which is where this kind of came from, I guess. We've done a lot of pitch days for startups to present to kind of VCs, investors, multinationals, diversity and inclusion reports. So, a whole variety of kind of thought leadership stuff. And that's essentially where Super Connect has ultimately come from, by offering that kind of thought leadership in the tech space, and particularly to the startup and scale up community, which Ireland's a great hub for. Probably the last 6 months they've found challenging, and anything we can do to kind of support them and give them a bit of exposure, really.
Fantastic. That's brilliant, Matthew. Maybe tell me a little bit about, what is Super Connect, who's involved, and what's it trying to achieve, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. So I suppose background of it, I mentioned there some of the pitch days. So prior to this whole pandemic, we were running a number of kind of pitch days across UK and Ireland where we were working. So the guys you work with here are Impact Ventures. So Impact Ventures are a UK-based super connector. They work extensively in the startup and scale-up space. Essentially what they do is they help these businesses to scale by connecting them with local and international kind of businesses and partners. They've run a number of European-wide initiatives. So we've worked with them for quite some time. We were doing a number of these kind of pitch days, which were brilliant. We got some great exposure, some great businesses involved, some great feedback. And then obviously the pandemic came along, so we've had to take stuff into a bit more of a virtual world, which is where Super Connect for Good has kind of come from as an initiative to that. So ultimately what we're looking to do with it, we want to discover, Super Connect, and support emerging tech startups and scale-ups that are involved in bringing social change and impacting people's lives through technology. Ireland's been a hub for some really exciting and innovating startups for quite some time. So yeah, we're working with them across UK and Ireland to kind of find these businesses, connect them up, and help them kind of grow to scale, really.
Very good. Very good. So you're working with the Impact Venture guys, and this has been run across Ireland and the UK. What are the categories that are involved that in kind of the areas that you're looking at?
Yeah, sure. So so there's 8 regions effectively. So Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, London, Scotland, a few others. And yeah, we're running the competition to find these guys in the various different areas, I suppose. Socially impactful technology could be quite broad, but the areas we're kind of focusing on are things like companies that are providing technology around AI for good, medical technology, which is obviously quite prevalent at the moment, health technology, smart cities, transport, government technology, and education technology are the main kind of areas we're kind of focused on. But, look, I mean, in terms of giving a bit of a profile of some of the guys we've been speaking to and the companies that are involved, to put a bit of context to that, we've a couple of businesses that are involved that are providing technology that are allowing, your traditional high street businesses, family-run businesses, stay connected with their communities. They rely very much on a footfall basis, but of course, that's a challenge at the moment. So they provide technology that helps them kind of stay connected. We're working with a business that is providing technology and applications for people that are struggling with mental well-being, anxiety, stress, depression. We're working with a business that provides technology which helps children who have speech and language issues communicate and learn more effectively. I was speaking to an agri-tech business there recently. They're involved in using machine learning and AI and data science to improve the efficiencies of crop production.
Right.
Higher yields in less space, which is obviously socially impactful for all of us. We've worked with a business who are involved in producing technology which allows us to more take avail of services to stay off the roads a little bit more. So there's a whole variety of kind of businesses that are involved that are providing that technology which is effectively socially impactful.
Fantastic. Sounds amazing. Um, what's the structure, or what's the process around the competition? Maybe describe a little bit about that for us.
Yeah, sure. So at the moment, we're looking for entrants across all these regions. Obviously, from our point of view, we're speaking to and reaching out to a number of kind of the Irish tech community and the tech startup community in that space. Those entrants, the closing date is the 10th of October, so a few more days. After that, we've a judging panel of 40 plus kind of judges across all these regions. Some of them are industry leaders. We've got guys involved in unicorn businesses. They will then start to engage with those businesses, understand a little bit more about their story, what they're involved in, and look to then narrow down to find a regional winner. They then have the opportunity to present at a virtual final, which is on the 17th of November, which also coincides with Global Entrepreneurship Week. And then they crown an overall winner from that across all the regions. So obviously there's a raft of kind of prizes available from funding in some areas. We've got mentorship from people like Microsoft for startups. There's free legal support, free access to kind of e-offices, remote working. With a subscription-based recruitment product called Hayes Rise, which is free for 12 months, and a lot more available in terms of prizes. But look, ultimately, anyone that's involved will get access to that whole community. They get access to kind of the connections through Impact Ventures. There's a huge amount of PR that will go into it. We've 4.3 odd million followers on LinkedIn alone, so it gets pushed out to that. So, look, we want an Irish winner, and obviously, people want to win. But even just being involved in the event, it's there's very little heavy lifting involved. It's free PR for everybody involved, really.
It sounds like an amazing opportunity to build a bit of profile, to raise kind of awareness of your startup, to get connected, as you say, with an ecosystem, not just in here, but across the UK, linking back to Impact Ventures, linking back to yourselves. It probably opens up a whole new ecosystem that maybe some of our startups haven't looked at previously.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What do the startups have to do to take part?
It's very easy, to be honest with you. There's a website, www.superconnectforgood. There's an entrance form, which probably takes about 5-10 minutes max. Brief details about the business, a bit of information around kind of funding stage, link to the website. That is pretty much all they need to do. It's completely free. Like I said, there's no real heavy lifting involved at all. We don't need presentations or any of that stuff. It's just a very simple entry form, and that's literally it.
Fantastic. So that sounds great. Any tips from you, Matthew, of what they should be putting in?
No, I mean, to be honest, I don't want to sound too cliche, but probably the only tip at the moment is just get involved. You've got to be in it to win it, I guess. I mean, look, we're not going to sit here and give tips on how these businesses sell their businesses. Once, obviously, we've entrants confirmed from Ireland, we'll probably want to engage a bit more in terms of how they can promote themselves and work with the local judges we've got here who are really well embedded in the tech community, because we want an Irish winner. But at the moment, like I said, just get involved. It's free. There's no heavy lifting. There's a real win-win to it. Impact Ventures are brilliant at connecting startups. They have a fantastic track record of doing so. We've got a network and a database, I guess, to reach out to these startups and then connect them with people like Impact Ventures, which in turn will help grow their business. So The only tip, as I said, don't want to be too cliche, but just get involved. It's very easy. There's no heavy lifting. It's a simple process, and there's the real opportunity, as you say, to kind of broaden their exposure and become part of a UK and Ireland or European-wide, tech startup ecosystem.
Fantastic. There's the selling pitch. So get involved, become part of a kind of a European-wide ecosystem is a new avenue for lots of entrepreneurs and startups who haven't done it. So one more time, just remind us, where should they go to register?
Well, look, I mean, I can stick my email address and contact number when we, on this video. So, look, if anyone wants to come to me directly, that's absolutely fine. But otherwise, it's www.superconnectforgood.com. Loads of information about there. You can find out more about Impact Ventures, the event, what you need to do, the competition, and the entrance forms all on there.
Brilliant. So, Matthew, thanks a million for talking to us this morning. And we look forward to hearing the results of the competition, and fingers crossed for an Irish winner. That's Matthew Cotton of Hayes Recruitment and the Super Connect for Good platform. Thanks a million, Matthew.
Cheers, Connor. Thanks a lot for your help. Thank you.